Alright guys, the keyboard, one of the most important tools that a programmer can use. I'm going to show you everything that I got out of it in Construct 3. This is by no means a full in-depth professional guide to the keyboard, but I mean, I'm going to show you a couple of shortcuts and I don't know, just a couple of things that you could do with the keyboard in Construct 3. One thing I do want to mention is from now until about February is how long I have my subscription for Construct. So I'm going to be pumping out like a good amount of Construct 3 videos, right? But here's the thing, I kind of wanted to update you guys on what I'm going to be teaching you guys. So I am a computer science major and I'm obviously going to learn how to program. So I'm going to try to pass that knowledge in a form that I could understand to you guys. I'm not gonna really be doing like beginner tutorials. I don't plan on doing them because I feel like there's just an oversaturation of them on the internet. I'm gonna try to show you guys about slightly more complicated things like, you know, my version of an explanation towards linked lists and stuff like that. C++. And I also will be moving to GDevelop, which is like another version, like the free version of Construct 3. So if you want to keep following along, you could probably do the same things on Construct from my GDevelop tutorials. It's honestly like really similar to Construct 3. The logic's the same, it's all visual based, but I'm just saying so you guys know. Okay, so let's just go ahead and get started here with the keyboard. Very nice keyboard, and I'm gonna add a sprite that we're gonna be using for examples here. So I'll make that. Oh, I'm just gonna get everything set up, and you guys could kind of see. I'm gonna speed this part up. Alright, I got a couple things on the layout now. I'm going to go ahead and try to do a couple things with the keyboard that I wanted to show you guys. So the first thing I want to teach you guys is about the key code, which is a more complicated version of key is down. You use key code is down if you want to look cool. You got 87, which is the one that I'm using for this example. 87 is W, right? There's a lot of numerical keyboards, as I don't know if you guys noticed, but there's a lot of keys on your keyboard. So I left a link in the description to a website that you could go to check these numerical key codes, but I'm also going to show you guys how to just find out yourself through Construct 3 in just a second. But as far as we know right now, 87 is W. So I believe when you're checking if a button is down, I think it checks every tick. So just to show you guys, I'm going to create a sprite 2 with the bullet behavior, and I'm going to give it a bit of variety. So I'm going to set it to its own angle plus random 5, -5. So it'll add anywhere from 5, to -5. So I'm gonna go ahead and press W right now, and as you can see, it's basically every tick. It's just creating these things, there's really no limit. Now you could limit it with you could do something like, every 1 second it'll, you see. But yeah, as far as we know right now, it's every tick. So I'm just gonna go ahead and just make the top one. Oops, I never changed the IDs. Okay, yeah. No, the top one's the only one I should be doing it. Next up, we have on key code released, I believe. And we're gonna use 87 as well. And we're just gonna go ahead and copy this. And okay, we have key code released, and we also have key code pressed. Now, the difference is, as you can probably tell, one of them happens at the beginning of when you press the key, and the other one happens when you let it go. I'm going to go ahead and copy these ID codes just so you could see. Now, the middle one is on press, so that one should be going first. And the bottom one should shoot after I release the W key. So here we go. There you go. Key codes. Okay, now I'm going to show you guys how to see the key code. And to do that, we're going to... I don't recommend using every tick on your actual project, but, you know, this is just an example, and I'm not going to be using too much CPU. So we're going to go ahead and set the text to... going to kind of like frame what we want to, you know, see. So the key code used, we're just telling the user that, which is us in this case. And we have a couple things we could do with the text here. Keyboard last key code. And that will tell you, so like, I don't know, this is the space bar, and this is Y, and this is 9, you know. What else we got? Enter is 13. Q is 81. So yeah, it'll just tell you the numerical key code. And we could also do some other things. I don't know if you saw. We're gonna add a new line here, and then another ampersand, and we're gonna do let's say we actually want to see the key, right? Not the key code. So for that, we just do typed key, and there you go, you know, typed key. Oh, and like that, you saw how it disappeared? That's a space bar right there. What else can I do? Oh, if you want to do typed key, but you want to torture yourself for some reason, you could do key again. And we could do something like keyboard string from key code. So it'll get a key code and it'll turn it into a string. And then you do keyboard and last key code. So you get the last key code and you just turn it into a string. You could just use the first function, but it's kind of different. It'll get it in uppercase. It'll get shift. Oops. And it still doesn't get space, so I don't know. I don't really see the advantages of doing this other than random uppercase and lowercase letters, but you know. Those are key codes. Okay, so now let's say you don't want to use key codes and you just want to skip all of that. Let's go ahead and put this in a group that's not active on start. And I'll name this key codes. Okay, so you don't want to do key codes, you just want to get straight to the key. So for that, the replacements for key code is down, is, as you might have been able to tell, is key is down. The replacement for key code pressed is on key pressed, or you could do on any pressed, which is just any part of the keyboard. Maybe you just, I don't know, maybe you want to let the user sort of like input that they're using a keyboard by typing a key. I don't know. But yeah, on any pressed, and then there's on key pressed, which is, you know. Oh yeah, there's this, because you can only press enter. You can, like, as you're, while you're right here, it'll get any code you want, but, you know, not enter or escape. And on key release, you know, same thing. On key code release, it's the same thing. What else did I want to teach you guys? Oh, the left and right. Okay, so right here, on left or right is down. Now, for the longest time, I never used this because I thought it was referring to the arrow keys, but it's actually referring to the, you know, the left and right, control and shifts and alt and meta, which is this. And yeah, so let me just show you. On left control, we're gonna set the X to sprite.x plus minus 20. And on right control, we're just going to change that to a plus. Now instead of using the instead of using the arrow keys, I'm actually using the control keys. So on different sides of the keyboard, I don't know, maybe it could be a fun little mechanic for your game, but you know, these are the two control buttons. As you might have imagined, you could also do the same thing with the shifts. Yeah. Alright guys, now I'm going to show you about the keyboard shortcuts in Construct 3. Now, I knew some of these, but I also went into the Construct 3 manual to dig up some more for you guys so that you don't have to go into the manual. I don't know, maybe it's useful. It's quicker this way, I guess. So, you're on the layout 1, right? And its event sheet is event sheet 1. So if you want to just go to it instead of looking at it right here on the event sheets folder, just press Control E, takes you right to it. Let's say you have a bunch of tabs open right here. Press Control E, takes you right to it. What else do we have? This one is so you want to resize it, right? But you don't want to do that. Hold Shift, keeps its proportion. To, you know how it was. What else do we have is okay, so this rotating thing right here, look at the angle. See all those you know, decimals, or that decimal at the end? That's hideous. You don't want that. So press hold Shift and you'll be locked to 5-degree increments. I thought that was cool when I saw it. Okay, here's a pretty useful one. Let's say you have a bunch of things stacked on top of each other. You want to alternate between, you know, you want to click on the one in the bottom, basically. That little thing right there. But all these are on top and you don't want to move them out of the way. So just hold tab and you could actually go through everything that your mouse is on the Z-axis at least. It's pretty useful because you don't always want to move everything around, so you could get to the thing in the bottom. And maybe you don't want to make layers, like so many layers, you know. So that's pretty nice to know. Here's probably the last cool one that I found was if you're trying to like move this, right, and you don't want to accidentally, you know, click that or maybe rotate it by accident, you could press Alt and it'll just, like, you know, you're just moving things. It's not resizing, nothing. It's just hold Alt and you could move things without worrying of resizing anything, because like, it's pretty annoying. Oh, I do have one more. Is if you hold Shift and then you like drag an object, right? So I'm dragging it like this regularly, but if I were to hold Shift and then, oh wait, no, sorry, was it Control? There you go, yeah. Hold Control and then drag something out and you get a copy of it. See? They're all the same. They're all ID 1. Which, that's also pretty cool instead of having to press Control and paste. Okay, last one. It has to do with copy and paste again. This one's kind of the same as just pressing Control while you drag, but it's not the same. Because you don't... The whole point of the control thing is that you're dragging it out of where it was, so it's not where the original was, right? Now this shortcut, the whole point is to leave it where the original was. So we're going to press Control C, Control V. As you can see, I have a little cross right there. Now press Shift, right? Hold Shift and then left click. It looks like I didn't do anything, right? But actually I did. There's the copy. This was everything I know about keyboards with Astral Turtle. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching.